One of the earliest employees at SpaceX is now trying to build the Fedex of Space. And no, it's not this guy. It's this guy, Tom Mueller, who is founding employee number one at SpaceX, where he spent 20 years eventually becoming its propulsion CTO, where he led the design and development of rockets like the Falcon 9, Falcon 9 Heavy, and eventually Starship. Within the space community, Tom is a little bit of a legend and celebrity. He's credited with some of the reliability and performance that we see on SpaceX, leading it to become the powerful company that it is today. And now, with $45 million in new funding, his new company, Impulse Space, is looking to revolutionize the future of space logistics. One of the company's flagship vehicles, Mira, can handle a number of different tasks in space, including last mile payload delivery, payload hosting, low altitude maneuvers, and a ton of other in-orbit services. Now, why does this matter? Let's briefly look at different types of orbits that we have today. So up here close, the closest to Earth, you have LEO. So this is low Earth orbit. This is where a lot of the satellites today are operating. And then way out here, this red line, you have GEO. And this is a much farther orbit, but you can get really good performance. The problem till today is it is very costly to get from Earth all the way to GEO. And that's why SpaceX has built bigger rockets like Starship that will be able to take heavier and heavier payloads to farther and farther orbits. The problem is that weight that you have to take, including fuel, you have to take all the way from launch to payload delivery. But with Impulse's Mira vehicle, you can launch payloads into LEO or into GEO, and this will actually sit in that orbit and allow you to reposition or handle your payloads, typically satellites. Essentially building the FedEx or logistics provider of the new space economy. But this isn't the only thing that this new company is going to do. They recently announced a mission with Relativity Space, which is a 3D printed rocket builder for a first commercial mission to Mars in 2026. They're also working with a company called Orbit Fab, and they'll be supporting the refueling of all U.S. Space Force satellites starting in 2025. There's even an upcoming commercial space station by VAST that Impulse has signed on to support all their propulsion systems. And space is incredibly tricky and even incredibly costly. And so that's why this recent funding announcement is super exciting. The round was led by RTX Ventures, which is the venture arm of Raytheon, the massive aerospace and defense company, with participating investors like Airbus Ventures, Space Capital, Founders Fund, and even Lux Capital. We're really excited to see what Tom and the entire Impulse Space team does as they transform the future of space.